Hello, this is Baltzek here, bringing you a little gameplay from last night with my good buddy Trav. Anyway, yeah, starting the game here. I spawned into this tank here, mostly because it was close to the flag and I just wanted to get up there as quick as possible. I hate spawning or being in tanks with other players who I'm not on the mic with, because I can't tell them what I see, so I just can't stand it. So anyway, he was getting hit from the side that I couldn't see, and he was going down, so I just bailed. There was nothing I could do to help him. Yeah, dead. Kind of get off to a bad start in this game. It was pretty much get 2 kills, die, 2 kills, die. But finished rather well. Yes, please come revive that guy. Thank you. Oh, he lives to fight another day. Anyway, so, yeah, died there. Grab a horse. And heading to D, I run into this huge horde of men heading for G. As soon as I die, though, there's a tank there waiting. So I grab it, knowing that the horde is heading to G, and I decide to make a stand and fight them off to keep them from taking G. This was actually a really good time that there was a tank there already waiting to be spawned into. So I actually do a pretty good job here. I managed to fight these guys off, keep them from taking G. I lose the tank in the process.
Movement! Enemy scout!
But I wiped out quite a few of them. This guy does not know what he's got coming for him. This is probably my favorite tank in the game, the Saint Chamond, for several reasons. I like that your secondary gun gives you almost the same view as your main gun. So if you got a guy, a co-tanker with you on the gun, he can pretty much see almost everything you are seeing. You can communicate to each other what's in front, what's off to your side a little bit. And it actually makes for a very effective combination. He can finish guys that you see, but you can't finish. So I love the secondary gun placement on this tank. See, and that's another reason I love this tank. The artillery strike. Calling in pigeons, it's devastating. Downfall to the pigeons, though. One, you lose the option for quick repair. So this tank does not come with a quick repair that a lot of the tanks have. But also, when you're calling the pigeon, you're immobile. You basically can't move for the time it's dropping. So if guys are chucking grenades on you or anything like that, you're vulnerable. But it's a great last-ditch stand. If you know you're gonna go down, take as many as you can with you. And I do often the time.
We have taken objective Edward.
Another thing I like about the pigeon strike, even if you don't get a kill with it, even a hit marker will tell you that there's a guy on the area still, or it gives you the best overhead view that you're gonna get with a tank. Like, I can go outside the tank like I just did there a second ago, like the overhead view, and it will show me who's around a tank. Because sometimes this first person view, it blinds you, gives you the tunnel vision, and you're not really paying attention. So guys can, and, you know, and it happens to me sometimes. I get in this view and I get the tunnel vision. I don't see what's going on around me, and it gets me killed. So try to stay in that practice of yeah, just go into the third person view every once in a while to see what's going on around the tank, not just what's straight in front of it. Like I said, that's such an awesome view. Like, you can see who's ever around you with that view. So even if you don't get any kills, if they're like crawling around a rock a few meters away, you can see them. So, starting to make a little bit of a comeback here. Off to a rocky start. For some reason, this team had a really big hard-on for G. I don't know what it was, but they just kept wanting G flag. From a tactical standpoint, it's a good move, bad move. Depends on how you want to control the battlefield. It gives you a spawn behind the enemy, so you can flank them from both sides. But it's also a hard flag to keep because it's right next to their home base. So I mean, at any point you can just spawn back in and take it back. So it's a hard flag to keep and to keep fighting for, which is what these guys kept doing. They kept fighting for G. Another thing, when you're attacking, it's best to move in a forward. Okay, here, I'm just going to talk about this. I know I can't... I get a little damage in this guy.
Look out! Enemy medic right over there!
So, I know I can't hit him. So I go for the alternative. I go for splash damage. You don't always need to hit with a tank to get a kill. Just splash damage is enough to kill people. Like right there. I didn't hit him. I just took the splash damage kill. I know I was getting hit markers. Yeah, quite a good kill streak going here. So I can't remember. I'll have to look at it, but I think I went 54-7 on this at the end of this map, and I had 40 tank kills. I know a lot of times if you see people with a lot of tank kills in their screenshots or whatever, a lot of people, oh, you were just sitting up there sniping with a tank. No, I wasn't. I consider my style of tanking aggressive tanking. I use a tank to take the flags, not to sit up on a hill sniping for kills. I use it to help push the team into the flag. Sometimes you get a good run like this, where you do really awesome. Sometimes, you know, it's a short ride. You get your tank blown up really quick. You don't know how things are gonna go. It's one of those things you just kind of learn from experience. What's the wise thing to do when moving into an area? When you should pull away, keep pushing forward. When to repair. I'm one of those players, like, I like to have full health at all times. Like, you never know, sometimes just having even like 3 or 4 health left is enough to save your life. So even if I got 78 health, 7 or 80 health, like, I don't like go run to objective till I'm repaired full. So even when I'm flying, I'm the same way. Like, if I'm down to 91 health, I'll take a quick repair before I go in after anybody. Because like I said, sometimes you can just get away in the skin of your teeth. If I hadn't done a repair like that, it might have been the difference between life or death. So anyway, like I was talking about earlier, this team just really wanted G for some reason. Like, so I had an option here. I could go to A, or I could go back to G. I told Trev, let's take G. If we lose G, the problem is, like I said, I didn't even see that dynamite here until I watched this video. But said, if we lose G, we lose 2 things. One, they can spawn in front of us and behind us throughout the entire game if we don't grab G back. So we lose control of the battlefield. 2, we lose an important AA emplacement. So any planes that we have in the air are now under fire. Like, see, there's a guy on our AA back here now. We lose control of that AA. 3rd, G is a tank spawn for us. So if we lose G, we basically lose a tank. So this is why I decided to head back to G, and this is why I told Trev, let's take G. If we don't get G back, we basically lose a tank in the game. And like I said, I hate giving people a place to spawn behind us. If they constantly spawn behind us, you spend the entire game fighting the war on 2 fronts.
We have lost.
The best option is always to control the battlefield. Take everything in a direct line as much as you can. Push the enemy team back. Always go for your home base first and work your way towards their home base. If you constantly... As you see people, the game starts, you know, the first flag gets taken, and then they automatically run for A, like the enemy's tag. And it doesn't... Tactically, it doesn't make sense. It's a flag that's hard to keep, so you're constantly fighting for it, wasting a lot of time, resources. Hey, let's talk about this for a second. This little bit of shameless teabagging. I just couldn't believe, like, I was running up this hill here, and I see this sniper way in the back. I see the sniper glint, and my entire team is running around there. I'm like, don't you see this guy? Like, he's basically sniping right behind all of you. So I just, like, okay, I'll just pull a rock and get rid of him. I love rockets. They're like the perfect counter sniper. Anyway, that was the end of my tank run, so right now I'm back on foot.
We have taken objective Charlie.
I kind of died here, which was my fault, because I did not look to my left before deciding to stabbing that guy, and I spawned right back in right away. This is...
An enemy dreadnought is en route.
And the game is almost over. So we were actually losing this for a bit there. But we pulled it back and won. One last kill for me.